Hello! Oh boy, this is gonna be a fun one. I guarantee it. Hello, everybody. I'm Steve. Welcome to another Mac84 live stream, and it is very early in the morning. Uh, hope everyone is in a different time zone than I am, because yeah, and it sounds like the cat has found something and is batting something around upstairs. It's very loud, but hopefully you can't hear that. Okay, so hopefully the audio and the video is okay. Just let me know in the chat if it needs adjustments. Hopefully it does not. And today we're just going to be looking at a bunch of things. And, oh, hopefully he stops. Anyway, it's been quite a day, which is why I was kind of reluctant to stream because I'm a bit tired. But that'll just make it more fun. And he's just going to keep doing that. Anyway, I went to pick up some things today, and I will try and show you some pictures if they actually went through. So if you just bear with me a moment, I will try and share the photos that I was meaning to share. Let me bring those up here. There we go. How's everybody doing today? You have a good Saturday or Friday or Sunday or whatever day it is there. It is a TIE fighter, so this is, and I could actually switch over to that because we're fancy here. But this is a screensaver, and yeah, this is a Star Wars screen entertainment for the Macintosh. And it is my screensaver for this Macintosh clone. So if I wiggle the mouse here, well, if I press a key on the keyboard or whatever, it does wake up. So it's just a it's just a neat little screensaver there. But yeah, so that's always fun. It's always fun. But yeah, it does that. Hold on, that cat is gonna drive me crazy. That cat ain't stopping, so, oh well. Okay, so, yeah, anyway, let me share these pictures here, and we'll go from there. Oh, I thought I added them in. Hold on. Alright, so first off, I have to scale all these. Thanks, OBS. So, just be patient, please. Sorry about that. I know I should have been better prepared. But I hope everyone is doing okay, has a good weekend, or at least partially good weekend. The weather was nice here today, which was good, because I did a lot of driving around, and I don't like driving around in bad weather. So, I'm glad that the weather at least was fairly cooperative today. It was quite sunny out, which is nice. No complaints. Alright, I think this is the best I'm going to do. So, somebody on... yes, I am using a classic Mac Pro to stream. It's a early... I always have to check. It's a early 2009 dual 2.93 gigahertz quad-core Intel Xeon. And I just want to say thank you, everybody, for viewing here. I know a lot of you just came from Bruce's stream, and he was going for, what, 3-4 hours or something like that. I appreciate you stopping by here. I haven't done a live stream in it, but I didn't even realize that. And I've been busy doing other things. I'm recording a few scripted videos. A few of them are actually on Patreon right now, and more will be there soon. So just doing a bunch of stuff and trying to really get some of those things out. And when I do a live stream, it sort of takes some of my energy and focus away from that. So I want to just try and manage both of that. Sorry, just reading the chat here. Smoky up here. Ooh, yeah. Those fires are pretty terrible. Can we see the kitty? The kitty is upstairs, and the kitty does not like being moved around. And the kitty can't really be down here because the bunnies are down here. And he's not supposed to know that they're down here, but he sometimes sneaks downstairs anyway. And anyway, all right. So let's show you what I wanted to show. And let me just zoom this in a little bit so you don't see some weirdness. But hold on. When I do that, there's no audio. So hold on, please. It's like amateur hour here. Sorry, guys. Let me go here. Let me go to microphone. Okay. And then I have to select the microphone. Then I have to select OK. All right, let's try that again. There we go. Okay, you could hear my nasally voice. All right, so this is part of a collection that this guy posted on Facebook. I'm not going to name any names or anything, but you can see his leg. He posted on Facebook, and he has a collection of stuff he was looking to get rid of, and he has a lot. He has there were at least, I'd say, a dozen plus compact Macs. Really, had a good amount of stuff, and he had been collecting probably almost as long as I had. He had some involvement in his family had some involvement in like liquidating electronics and stuff from old businesses and things like that. And so he posted on Facebook that he was interested in letting go most of his collection, and so I went up there to take a look. And this is just gonna be me talking a little bit, so hope just get cozy. And so I ended up taking a good look at some of his collection, and while there were some very nice things, I did determine that, unfortunately, it was one of those situations where it sort of seemed like the pricing wasn't going to be in my favor from the beginning. And that's okay. People are allowed to price things however they want. It's you're not going to win all those barterings and beggings and whatever you want to call it. You're just not going to win all those deals, and that's fine. That's totally fine. I 100% do not expect to always walk away with what I wanted to pay, how I wanted to pay, etc. It just it doesn't happen. So that's totally fine, and I accept that. You can't win everything. So the thing that I ran into here was that this individual had a bunch of items, and I'm putting more images on the screen. I'm just I don't have anything fancy here, so I'm literally texting them while I talk to you, and I'm texting them to myself, and I'll be putting them on the screen. So you'll see some new images in a moment. Let me just get this all sorted here. And so, yeah, unfortunately, the individual who has a decent collection and everything, it's just it's yeah, I mean, I'm just rambling here, but let me get the next photo here, because this is what I want to talk about. They basically have a lot of stuff, but unfortunately they want what is being asked for on eBay, and that's okay. You could want a lot of things, but in a lot of our experiences, I think we've seen some of the prices on eBay, and we've thought to ourselves, well, that's just a little bit much. And a lot of us come from an era of collecting these machines where we understand, okay, well, that's nice if you want that, but that's not necessarily. And why can't I drag and drop an image now? What is going on here? That is not necessarily the price that should be paid for something, especially if it needs work, especially if it requires additional testing, or if there are some unknowns about it. So sorry, let me just drag this image in again. It's OBS is just not not playing with me today. How dare you, OBS? How dare you? There we go. All right, let's see. I take a screenshot of a picture. It's probably this HVAC stuff. Probably. Let me try this. So, all right. So here is, and I'm going to pan around this. It's going to be a little sloppy, but so here is another photo, and I'm going to pan around just to show you this a little bit. And so the guy had a storage locker and had a bunch of great stuff in it. I'm not trying to. I'm just to be clear. I'm not trying to like say the guy's a jerk or anything like that. He's not. He's a decent guy. I have no personal vengeance against him or anything. The problem I have is with the pricing of Macs in total, and Apple stuff in total, and that comes to eBay pricing. And so I went up there for the specific item that I wanted was a G3 all-in-one machine, which is this image I showed you at the beginning. And I made this clear when I went up there. I said, this is what I'm really interested in, and that's pretty much what I sought out to get. And I understand that those machines are quite desirable because they were basically not sold for that long, less than a year, because the iMac came out and just rendered it completely obsolete, just completely obsolete. And so it's one of those things where you had to be a school to actually get one of those, and then after they opened it up to non-educational purchases, the iMac came out and everyone was like, oh well, that's faster, I don't need all those ports, that'll work for my business or my needs or whatever. And that's cool and everything, but it makes it a desirable machine because they just weren't made for too long. And so I went up there and I thought, okay, well maybe I'll get one of these all-in-one G3s. Sorry about that. Me clumsy. The situation was that we were in a storage facility, and let me add my video here so it's not like you're watching a still image the entire time. So we were in a storage facility, and there's no power, so there was no way to actually see if anything worked or anything like that, which is a little frustrating, especially you want to test something, you want to see if something works. And so it was just one of these things where I had a lot of questions, and essentially what happened was I did not end up getting the G3 all-in-one, and I'll tell you why. There were two models there. One was for parts, had a problem with the analog board, and unfortunately, I'm looking at the machine, and I made them an offer of $150, which for a parts machine that I'm going to have to put a lot of work in, I think is not a bad price. I understand the machine is hard to find, but I take it apart because it's in parts, but I remove the motherboard and there's corrosion all around the battery, which looked pretty bad. But nothing that I don't think with a few hours into it, maybe it could get working. The problem was there were some very important chips right around there, and of course, luck would have it, that would be the problem with it. And so I was almost getting ready to actually lower my offer, as $150 for something I have to put work in is, and again, just in my opinion, not worth it for me. And then I noticed this, and let's see if this photo will display. Sorry. If these weren't all named like IMG this, and that would be cool. Nope, it's one of the ones. I think these are just all. I'm sorry, I'm just talking to myself. These are all like HVAC encoded images, and OBS does not like that. I think that was the exact same problem Greg Thompson was having on MacYak, which is fun. So let me just grab that image, a screenshot of that image, because we're being so fancy here. And let me just grab that. There. This is how the sausage is made, people. You don't want to see it. All right, cool. And then I saw this. Can anybody look and see what the problem is with this? No, well, get a bit of a zoom in there, just if you don't have eagle eyes there. Can anybody tell me what the problem with this particular CRT is? Ah, there we go. Dana gets it for all the points. A big, huge, very, very pretty spiral crack in the neck of the CRT, which is, just rough. And honestly, I didn't notice it right away because I was so focused on the logic board. And this was going to be the machine I was going to buy for parts. And I said, "Oh, dude, I'm sorry, your CRT's broken here. I can't take this." And he decided, okay, that's the one he's going to use as like a display piece. And I'm like, that's fine. At the end of the day, these are his machines. He can do whatever he wants with them. It's completely up to him. But yeah, that's not something I would want in my collection. I have no use for it. It's broken. There's no repairing that. And so the conversation switched to the other G3 all-in-one, and he essentially wanted a price that I was not willing to pay. And we just couldn't meet on it. And I offered $200, then I went up to $250, and it's a decent machine. It was a 266 megahertz one, had the AV personality card, which I already have on mine, so it's not a huge want. But the reason I want one of these is, yeah, they're fun to have, but my dad had one when he worked as a graphic designer for a period of time in New York. This was his machine. He had a G3 all-in-one, and he had a secondary monitor, which was actually a black and white monitor that he used for his Photoshop palettes. Try and wrap your head around that. So I thought, it would be fun to have. I have the mini tower, I have the beige desktop. I don't have this one, but he wanted, I think around. He was looking at the sold listings on eBay, found one for $500, and decided that's what he wanted. He said, "Well, let's try and get in between." I just said, "No, I can't." But the good news is it wasn't all bad. I did manage to grab some things for my friends, and here is what I grabbed. So the pricing was okay. I think I found a few things. Some of the stuff I wish I paid less for, but you know what? At the end of the day, it was not too bad. So I will explain what you're looking at here as I zoom around in the picture. So hopefully we can see things a little bit clearer as OBS struggles to actually. Yeah, there we go. This is why you don't stream at 2 a.m., folks. So let's focus on the top part here. So on the top left is a universal monitor stand, and that is for the early monitors, like the portrait display, the full-page display, the two-page display. So like your very early 1990s, late 1980s Apple monitors. For whatever reason, those didn't have stands. They wanted you to buy this stand. And I ended up paying $50 for that, which is not bad. What is it? The Apple Rescue of Denver, I believe, or the Mac Rescue of Denver, whatever it's called. They had one for about $40, and they go in and out of stock. I mean, they get stuff all the time. And there was some loony guy on eBay just selling the box for $100 or something ridiculous. And it wasn't who you think it is, but just some loony guy. And then somebody had one new in the box for like $200 or $300, something ridiculous. And this is a hulk of plastic. That's all it is. It's a piece of plastic. I mean, oh boy. But so I got it for $50. That I don't think that was too bad of a deal. And again, I'm going to use this thing. I'm not buying any of this stuff to resell. That's not who I am. So, yeah. And so that's something that I've been looking for a little bit. So I was happy to come across that. And then if we zoom in over here, we have an Apple IIe, which is actually for Greg Thompson of MacYak. He wanted an Apple II, and he has a matching disk drive for it. To the right is an Apple IIe Platinum. That's the one with the numeric keypad, so not too much of a difference from the IIe, but I never had one, and it is missing a stem and a key, the plus key on the numeric keypad. So that's a bit of a but you know what? It is not in overall terrible condition. I do have some parts. I don't know if I'll be able to find a keycap for it. If anybody has spare Apple IIe Platinum keycaps, just let me know. But I think that's just going to be something on my want list to look for a while. And on top of that is something interesting. I'm going to switch over to the main camera here. And on top of that is something weird. And I've actually had one of these before. And it's plugged into this computer, of course, so I cannot... Well, I can. Hold on, please. We're going to unplug things while it's on. As everything comes crashing down on my desk. Because this cable is right there. Alright. Yeah, stay hungry, stay foolish. That's actually not a bad motto for looking for collectibles. As Bruce was saying in his previous live stream, Brankus Creations here in the chat, don't go crazy looking for this stuff. You will find it eventually. It may not be when or where you want it, but this stuff's out there. Alright, so that's out of the way. So this is one of the things I picked up. Now I already have one of these, to be clear. This is a very weird device. It is not a Thunderscan. I wish it was. This is a hand scanner. And you're not too far off Crazy Tech Reviews. That might happen. And so this has these rollers and this little window here and a button, and you basically click this and you could draw with your hand, like sort of the area you want to scan. And I've had one, and it's sitting in the box. I think it's actually a slightly different one than this. But if you look at the name, the Complete Half-Page Scanner, if you do a Google search for that, and the computer company is called the Complete PC, you will get absolutely nothing of use out of that. I mean, I've searched for drivers and stuff for this, and you just can't find it because you do a search and there's just it's garbage. It doesn't come back. I actually think Logitech had one called a Handy Scan, or maybe it was a Scan Man or whatever it was. It had a fun name. But anyway, I had one of these, but this isn't what is exciting to me. As you saw probably in the photo, there's this honking piece of plastic here, and this is what was attached to this. So I got this whole stuff for $20. So that I think that was a fair price. I don't know if any of it works, but it's intriguing to me. And basically what we have here is a port on the front. Now this device here has a DB mini DIN 8-pin connector. So your same serial connector for your printer or your modem for your vintage Macintosh. So there's a port here for that. So that's where you plugged it in. I just realized the light's not on, so I'm a little dark here. Sorry. I know the quality's just going downhill, man. After 2 a.m., he just gets loopy. No worries, Bruce. I'll see you in 8 hours. And so you plug it into the front here, and in the back you get a SCSI connector, and there's a barrel for a power brick and everything, and so thankfully we have that. And so yeah, I have no idea why you would want this or need this. I mean, maybe it is required to make this thing work. I have no clue. But this is kind of what we're going to get into here. That's why I have this computer here. I want to see if we can get this to work. And that's going to be something we're going to be tinkering around with tonight, if you don't mind. I think that'll be fun. I do have a few more pictures to show you here. So let me go back to here for a second. And let me just pan around in this image here. This here is a stack of disk drives. So we have 3 disk drives here and a disk controller card. This was for Mike Stanhope. He was looking for a pair of disk drives, and he ended up walking away with 3 and a disk controller card. So that's good. No, I don't believe this scanner scans to a drive. I believe there is software. We'll get to that in a moment, though. And below that is a Macintosh 2 VX, which is for my friend Brian, who hangs out in the chat sometimes, and who I met at the e-waste facility back in the summer. And yeah, so that was a good pickup for him. He was satisfied with that. Unfortunately, in all my years of collecting these computers, usually the screw on the back of the Sentra style cases like the 2VX has is always undone. This time it wasn't. I didn't have a screwdriver, so it was sort of a gamble making sure it would work. Was the battery exploded? And it seemed to be okay. So we got it home. I opened it up. Seemed to be all right. To the left of that is an Apple Style Rider. So that's the first Style Rider model they made. It's missing a few of the little things here and there, but it seemed to be an overall okay shape. The price was good, $20. I got one from the e-waste place that was not as nice looking, and I want to just use it as like a prop in some videos. Maybe we'll get it to print, I don't know. The ink for those, while still being made by some companies, is a bit hard to obtain, and it's probably been sitting around dry for years and years. And then if we look to the left, we have 2 hard drives, and one of those I have here, and I will bring that up in a second. Oh boy, and these are a bit heavy. So this is a CMS brand SCSI hard drive. You have 2 SCSI ports on the back. You have a power plug, and you have an on-off switch. I'm still playing around with these. They do seem to kind of work. And this has a big security like thing on it. This thing does too. I mean, they were all chained to something, I'm sure. But the other thing here is that this guy had a lot of stuff, and I don't think he quite made up his mind of what he wanted to keep and what he didn't want to keep yet. So there was a lot of, oh, let me take this out of that. And so I was like, all right. But I got some good stuff out of it. The majority of the stuff is not going to me. I only walked away with the stand, the Apple II, and well, I guess, all right, that's a lot of stuff, the printer and the disk drive. But, yeah, anyway. But the other fun thing we did today, I did today, either. I know, I'm using we. That's weird. If I could find the picture. Oh, come on. There we go. If I could drag the right picture. Oh, come on. See, that's the thing with OBS. Everything is hidden, and then you drag it around, and it does not want to work correctly. There we go. That's the image I wanted. All right. So, I met up with Mike from Mike's Mac Shack and the Mac Yak podcast, of course. So, I had some stuff for Mike for a while, and I had a IBM Selectric 2 typewriter that he had wanted that I picked up for him locally. And what I had actually done was left it in the car, so whenever I would go and meet him, I would be able to give it to him. But, of course, he had some disk drives that I just picked up for him, so I passed those along to him too. And he has a floppy drive from an IBM PS2, a very interesting portable IBM PS2 that needs some recapping. So he passed that along to me, and that'll be something you'll probably see me doing on a live stream. But Mike was very happy to get some goodies, and he was showing me, he had a big box in his car from when he went to pick up an IBM PS2. And I'm not going to spoil all the goodies that he found, because he found a lot of cool stuff. I know he's going to do a video on that, but that's just a little teaser there. If you are not subscribed already to Mike's Mac Shack, please do so. Just go on YouTube, just type in Mike's Mac Shack, MICKE''S, MACSHACK. That's how you spell things. And you'll be able to subscribe to him, and he's on the Mac Yak podcast as well, so you're probably familiar with him already. But yeah, that was pretty cool, and I had a pretty busy day. So it was driving up to where this guy was in the morning. I spent like 2-3 hours there messing around, getting stuff. Really nice guy, really nice guy. I didn't agree with his prices, but hey, that's not everyone's going to agree with me. I just know it's a fact. I'm a cheapo, so that's to be expected. But yeah, so we did get some stuff that I want to play around with, and we'll be doing that. Now, Bruce was just doing a stream about his Macintosh 2SI. Now, I have a Macintosh 2SI also. Unfortunately, the power supply here desperately needs to be recapped. Oh, thank you very much, Dana, for putting the link in there for Mike's Mac Shack. That is very, very much appreciated. If you want to subscribe to Mike's channel, just click on that little link that Dana put in the chat there. I think you'd be very much appreciative. He also has a giveaway going on for an iBook G4 that I previously owned, that I gave to him, that he's now given away. 12-inch iBook G4. The battery lasts for like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, something crazy like that. It's in beautiful shape. Runs OS 9, OS 10. You just got to go to his channel. He has a video about it. So do that. I think it'll be very much worth your while. But this power supply, it smells like fish. Isn't that fantastic? So yeah, I have to recap this, definitely. I will be following Bruce's guide. I just needed some measurements on those caps to know which ones to order. Thankfully, the prototype set-top box I had also had a 2SI power supply. which is a little ironic because I remember buying a power supply for that maybe 20 years ago, and it didn't work. The power supply worked, but the system didn't work. And I thought, oh, okay, well, turns out the original power supply from the set-top box works fine. So we have a Macintosh 2SI here. What I'm going to do is we're going to switch over to our VGA screen, and we have a little Death Star trench scene going on here. We will get out of that. And what I'm going to try here is I have the Macintosh 2SI plugged into the same capture box here. However, some things don't always work correctly, especially on different machines. So I have sort of set up the capture box to work with the Macintosh clone here. We're going to see if we could have any success with the 2SI here. The problem is the 2SI uses a different monitor output. It does a synced on green video signal. So we're going to see if we could combat that by using an external, well, not an external, but a video card. And this is exactly what Bruce was talking about in his video. My cable got snagged there. Is this doohickey here. So this is a adapter that sits into the PDS slot. It goes in there, and you can see it sort of comes up here, and there's a slot, and you put a NuBus card in there. I would show you, but this is sort of a pain to get out because I do not have the little screw holes that are supposed to go in on this side to hold it in. But hopefully this will actually help us out here, and you'll be able to see what I see, because there's nothing more that I am frustrated with. If I point a camera on a screen, I'm holding it, and it's really messy. So let's see if we get this to work. I'm going to transition back to here, and I'm going to boot this up. Oh, it would help if I had the power cord plugged in, wouldn't it? All right, and let's switch the VGA input here. Hopefully we get some sort of signal. Maybe. Don't disappoint our 27 viewers. Come on. Oh, there we go. Yay. All right, so that big S was a Super Mac logo, of course. So that's the graphics card that we have in this system. And it would help if the keyboard's plugged in too, wouldn't that? Wouldn't it help? It would, definitely. So, alright, that's pretty cool. So we have no more wavy video, which is a symptom that I was telling you guys about during Bruce's live stream. There, we got a happy Mac. Alright, looks like it's going to reboot here. Any minute now? There we go. Awesome. That's exciting. Yay. Although it's fun when I do a live stream where everything is frantic and I pull my hair out for 8 hours, I didn't want to do that. I'm kind of tired, so yay. But I needed a system that could run an earlier version of System 7. Now this SD card has one version on it. We might change that. I mean, you guys are watching, so maybe we'll install a appropriate system on this machine. Because I want to get this hand scanner working. Maybe? I don't know. Is that boring to you guys? Yes, it's very weird to me. I like the weird stuff. If you couldn't tell already, if for some reason you haven't watched this channel before, I like the weird things. I like the odd accessories. You could go get yourself a TAM, a 20th anniversary Macintosh. I probably couldn't care less about it. You give me a weird image writer adapter, and I'm all over that. Alright. Beep. Speaker works. Alright, so we have I think this is a pretty good amount. Yeah, that's the other one it doesn't like. Come on. We have 17 megabytes of memory. So I have 4 megabyte memory modules in here, and we have 1 megabyte of memory built into the board. Now Jay from the House of Moth and MacYak will recognize one of the items on the desktop here. It's probably very clear to see which one I'm talking about. Let's get some color going here, because this video card is capable of, wow, thousands of colors. Fancy. We're just gonna leave it at 256 for a while. But yeah. Question from the chat. Aaron asks, have you ever used a Classic 2 with an FPU? I was able to find one. That's very cool. I have not. I think I have one with the FPU socket, but it's just open. But that's really cool. That's neat. The classics weren't the fastest machine, so anything you could get to speed that up is probably a very well deserved upgrade to that machine. That is pretty neat. Oh, actually, we have... let me just go back to here 1 second. I'm just looking at the OBS. All right, there we go. So, yeah, this computer is running the Mac OS. I think this was the same SD card I was using for the set-top box when I was playing around with that. So let me just, I think I have System Picker is right here on the desktop. So System Picker is one of those great little utilities that, in theory, should allow you just to boot to another partition without the sometimes annoying frustrations of the startup disk control panel, which sometimes doesn't always recognize things. So this is just doing a little search here, and hopefully it finds... Oh, you know what? I think this system folder was actually destroyed. Yeah, there's no system folder on here because this was causing problems. So that's annoying. But how are we going to do this here? Because I think System 7.5, which is what this is running, I think this is too new for that hand scanner software that I want to play around with. Ideally, I think I need System 6 or System 7. Let me double check the the specs of this one. I think the 2SI can take an earlier version. Yeah, System 606 or 607 was the earliest. So I actually have something that sort of ties into this. So let me move this keyboard over here, and let me go over here and grab this. So you just saw this earlier. This is that hard drive I picked up, and it actually does work, and there actually is a system on here. Now I have no idea if this system will work with this computer, but we're here, so let's find out. Let me grab a SCSI cable as I spin my chair around and around and around and around. And of course we're going to shut the machine down because you don't hot plug SCSI things. This ain't USB. Don't do it! Don't do it! And I'm sure we'll have a SCSI conflict because why not? It's all the rage these days. And I need a spare power plug, which... I'm running out of sockets here. Hold on. I've officially run out of sockets. Where am I going to plug... I need holes. No, there's one up here. Let's move the camera so you don't see my butt. There we go. It was just a perfect placement for that. Alright, let's get this snake of a wire around here. Around here. Welcome to a 2 a.m. live stream, guys. Alright, so we're going to plug this in. Now we're going to turn this hard drive on before we turn on the Mac. And now we're going to turn on the Mac. And it's probably not going to work, but why not? Hard drive is not happy. That hard drive is not happy. It's not happy. Let's see if it actually lets the system boot up. Oh boy. Okay, so it's actually trying to boot from that old disk. Okay. Wow. All right. What the heck do we do? What the heck do we do now? All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn off that external drive. We're gonna reboot the system. I'm gonna find out the SCSI ID, and then we'll force it to boot just to the ID of the SCSI to SD adapter, and not this. I forget what ID that's set to, but oh boy, that I mean that proves how eager that drive is to work, which is good because I thought the drives were dead, and honestly, it'll probably spin up for a bit and then go. But happens to me so many times. I get a new drive or a used drive, and I mean they're 30 plus years old. I mean, what do you expect? So now we're in color now because we set the control panel there and we changed that setting. Little SCSI to SD light is blinky blink blink. Well, the drive is actually spinning, so I tried to boot off of it. So I don't think the drive is a problem, Pseudos. I actually both imaged the drives. Shh, don't say anything. It's gonna be in a video I'm gonna post, but you found out first. So both of the drives worked, and I was able to image them successfully. Spoiler alert. Oops, I'm supposed to say that before, I guess. Yeah, and there's some goodies on there. There might even be a driver to this. Maybe. All right, let's find out what SCSI ID the SCSI to SD adapter is, because I can't remember. I almost went to use the Bluetooth keyboard. Ha! Dangly parts. All right, so what do you think? No, stop. Good old find file. There we go. So Mount Everything is a little hard disk utility that is pretty good at just what it sounds like, mounting everything. Alright, so this is ID number 3. I will try and do the soda command to boot to the SCSI to SD adapter when the other drive is plugged in. So that's what I'm going to do. And the soda command is Shift Option Apple, which is the command key, delete, and then the number of the SCSI ID. This doesn't always work, so it might not even be implemented on this ROM, but why the heck not? Let's try it. So I'm going to restart this machine. I'm going to turn on this SCSI drive right now. Hopefully I'm holding down this command early enough. It looks like it took it. Maybe I'm holding it down too long. Yeah, there we go. Sweet. Alright, so the external drive is turned on. It's still plugged in, but we told that Macintosh to... Dana's got me now, giggling. We told the Macintosh to boot from the SCSI to SD adapter instead of the external drive. That command is very, very useful because otherwise you could pull your remaining hair out just trying to figure out, wait, no, I want you to boot from this drive, not that drive. There's no primary, secondary jumpers or anything like that on PCs. Some of these drives don't have the ability to change the SCSI ID easily, especially if it's in a case like that. This one has a series of 8 dip switches, which I have no idea what they mean. I mean, just look at these switches. It's just, what's my cable caught up? Hold on a second. My camera cable, there we go, was caught. I mean, just you can't see because I can't point this in the right way. Because there, just look at these. I have no idea what those do. There's no manual for this thing. What the heck? So this is a Macintosh 2 SI, which you wouldn't know because the case has been completely removed from the darn thing. And that is because it's the only Macintosh 2 SI I have, and I'm going to be very delicate with it. Oh boy, the amount of Harvey Birdman references in this world is just too little. Alright, so it looks like that hard drive is probably not mounted. Why? Why won't you mount? Let's use this utility I've never used before, because why not? Oh, don't freeze on me now. Yeah. Yeah. Let's protect volumes. No, we don't need those stinking volume protection. Let's open up Mount Everything again, which should be just on the desktop. Everything. Did you get that thing I sent you? Well, see, the problem is that I made the YouTube video thumbnail while Brankus Creations, Bruce Rain, was streaming, and he just went on, and so I didn't have a chance to actually update my thumbnail to actually say Sunday, but it is technically Sunday morning here too. All right, so we do have that disc. It is SCSI ID number 6, and we're gonna try mount it. That did a whole lot of nothing. Oh, wait. I hear it moving. Come on, baby. Oh, I hear it moving. There it is. CHD 30. We have 30 megabytes at our disposal. This is a drunk Arnold Schwarzenegger. Alright, so we actually have a system folder on here. We have a whopping 6 megabytes available on this hard drive, 24 megabytes in the disk. Already made a disk image of this on another computer, so I'm not going to do that here. But let's see if we can boot from. Oh wait, no. When we tried to boot from it, that's when we got the issue about the startup disk being too early. So, but what I want to grab from here, there's a bunch of stuff on here, which is, I mean, just look at this system folder. Just look at this. There's a bunch of stuff. That's where. Oopsie. Let me grab that out of there. Look at this. Hand Scanner 2.0. So that is what we need here. So I made a new folder called Scanner, hopefully on the desktop. There we go. And so that's for the system folder. I copy that over. I have no idea if it works with System 7.5. It probably doesn't. So we'll probably have to mess around with that. But let's close that. I think there was another piece for that. Yeah, I think this Smart Scan folder was also part of it. Well, we'll see about that. I probably did. But it's late, and I don't know where I am or what I'm doing. No. That folder's in the wrong spot. Oopsie doodle. Yeah, we're gonna actually copy that to the desktop, and then we'll just delete it off the disk there, because we don't have a lot of space on there. Get in the sector. We got to pick the system to boot from. This is. You guys didn't sign up for this, or maybe you did. Maybe that's why you're here. Just slowly watch my mind unravel due to sleep deprivation. Close that. Let's empty that trash. Give that drive its precious 1 megabyte of disk space back. There we go. Alright, so in here we have this hand scanner software. The hand scanner software is good for scanning with your hands. This is a terrible Sean Connery impression. Oh, that just turned into something else. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I should have given it to the Marx Brothers. Alright, so, this is not going to end well. Let's open this up here. So I believe this is by the same Complete PC company. Yep, right here. The Complete PC, which is the same marking on this hand scanner. So I believe this is the software for it. I believe. I could be wrong. Could be totally wrong. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quit this. I think I copied over all the goodies for the scanner. Let me just double check. And if we have to copy everything else to our SCSI2SD here. We have, you know what, it should be pretty quick. Let me just make a disk image. If I have disk copy on here, there it is. Disk copy. We'll just make a quick disk image of that hard drive just so we don't have to worry about booting and getting stuff off of it again. I already made it on the other machine, but just save ourselves the trouble here. So it's 31 megs, read only, not compressed, because that will take forever to compress it on a machine like this. And it's just going to do that. Turn this thing around. Oh boy. For those of you who have never experienced the joy and wonder and hilarity that is someone impersonating Jimmy Stewart as they are, I believe it's a Barnes & Noble tech support call that this guy was on. Just YouTube it or Google it. It is absolutely hilarious. And every time Dana does an impression of that, I just giggle like a schoolgirl. Every time I just think about it, it's fantastic. Oh, man. Yes, Sudos, if any of this works, if any of these files are useful, actually there's quite a few applications and extensions. I will just remove all personal data, and of course I will upload that to the Macintosh Garden. That is definitely something I am totally 100%, 1,000% about. And actually, while that transfers over, I will talk to you a little bit about something else that I actually archived this for the Internet Archive. Let's pronounce this correctly now. Anubis. Yeah, that's going to be the way. This is a SCSI utility. Has a copyright date from 1989 to 1996. This will actually work with 68K M Power PC Macs. This came with a SideQuest drive. And this version was not archived onto the Internet Archive. This was like 2 versions newish. Well, slight versions, subversions. It was like 2.54 was on there. This is 2.56. And so I archived this disk, and it is up there. So, yay! I did a... from something I got recently, I got a jazz disc that had a bunch of basically this guy archived all of his discs on the jazz disc. There were installers and stuff that I've never seen before for Ethernet cards and this and that. So I've been archiving those, and I put those up on the internet on the Macintosh Garden website. So fantastic little website there. Highly recommend you check that out. I'm sure a lot of you have played around with that already. All right, let's see. Yeah, I'm not even gonna. I just automatically assume everything I pronounce is incorrect. You just work from that assumption, then you'll be pleasantly surprised sometimes. But 28 people can't be wrong. So, yeah, we're just copying this drive. It's almost done here. It's not the fastest drive. I'm pretty sure the drive is on its very last legs. And thank you very much, Dana, for putting that link in there. And just looking at that, it just not even just looking at the URL makes me giggle. So that is that is a real treat. You can actually play that audio over me doing this and just mute this video, and you'll have a good experience, I'm sure. 27 people. I must have offended somebody by doing a bad Sean Connery impression. See, it just turns into something else at the end. At like 3 in the morning, I just can't. Well, not that I can do these anyway. I should just stop all in my head. Anyway, so we're imaging this disk here, and hopefully that has the software for this complete half-page scanner. Now, this is pretty clunky. I like it. Made in Japan. Model number 00212002. Alright. Made by the Complete PC Company in California. Has a bunch of doohickeys and switches on it. How about that? 26 people. Uh-oh. We're dropping like flies here. Oh, well. Truncating. Yeah, save that 6 megabytes. We don't need that on this disk. Just shave that off of there. You're fine. Cleaning up disk. Buff, man meat. Run fast. Alright, so we are going to shut down this machine because I don't want to leave this hard drive on longer than we have to. So I'm going to unplug this external drive. There we go. And for those of you who are thinking I'm having a stroke and just yelling out random things, you just need to thick McRun fast and just watch more Mystery Science Theater and Harvey Birdman, because that's where my brain lives most of the day. Dana caught on. There you go. Alright, so let's boot this up again. I'm actually going to plug in this. Now, the mystery behind this thing, and we'll just switch to here. The mystery behind this is I don't know if this just works with this or if we need this convoluted SCSI connector thing. I really don't know. You know what? Let's plug it all in. Oh no, wait, I didn't install the system folder stuff yet. All right, let's boot up. Put in the system folder, and then we'll plug everything in. I love that startup chime. It's like a ding. It's very happy. Slab bulkhead. Oh, boy. Yeah, this extra video card is great, because I was getting all wavy lines and stuff from the built-in 2SI video, just because the video adapter I'm using is not, it doesn't like it. So, but this Super Mac card gives me more colors and stuff, so colors. There were some other things. I picked up some stuff recently. I'm looking at a pile of stuff behind me. But I'm doing a video on one, so you'll see that very soon. I'm wrapping that up. I'll be putting a preview on my Patreon soon. There's already a preview. If you are a patron, thank you very much. There are previews that will be loaded on that page very soon. One is pretty much done. I will be doing a premiere, likely on Monday, and that is the latest video I am doing. It's a fun one. It's something that I've been meaning to do for a while, so I just sat down and I did it. I think it came out pretty well. It's a bit of a long one, but it's quite fun. It's one of those, what's inside the box? Inside the very tiny boxes. Well, you'll see when it comes out. I'm not going to spoil it for you. Come on. There we go. Yeah, this thing would fly on System 6 with this much memory. In fact, I do have an SD card here with System 6 on it. But let's see, and this keeps yelling at me. There's a partition on here that it doesn't like, and on other Macs it will read the partition fine. So I don't know what the deal is. But let's install this scanner software into our system folder. I believe this is an extension. It was in the system folder. Let's double check here. System extension, 6K. How about that? What did that say? 1989. Yeah, version 1.0, 1989. Yeah. Well, if this works, guys, that'll be cool. So just drop that in our system folder. Put that in the extensions folder. Make sure that this system folder is actually the one we're using. Yeah. Oh, that's all messy. Oh, we do have Lido on here. Okay. And then, just drag that out of here. We don't need the scanner folder anymore. Put that in the trash. Trash. That's just by name. Come on now. It's a Unix system. We do not have an applications folder in here. What kind of sorcery is that? Actually, wait. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Yeah, well, what the heck, man? We don't got no applications. Well, we're going to make an alias of that. Drop that in there. And all is right with the world. There we go. Okay, cool. Now let's reboot because we did install that extension. Oh, I actually have to shut this thing off because I had to plug it in. Why isn't the Grouch there? Yep, that would be fun. Yeah, if you go to archive.org and just let me just pull up that link real quick. I've been posting most of the stuff on Macintosh Garden. Archive.org, I usually post scans of stuff like catalogs and flyers and stuff like that. Let me see if I can. Yeah, here's my uploads, my library, I guess they call it. Yeah, so if you go here, I'm gonna paste that link in. It should work for you, hopefully. That is my personal uploads from the Internet Archive. That is what I've contributed. There's a bunch of goodies there. There's stuff that is nowhere else. That's why I've scanned them in. There's Apple newsletters. There's Applegrams, which are Apple newsletters. There's flyers. There's all sorts of cool stuff. So check that out. If the link doesn't work, let me know. But I think there's a lot of cool stuff there. Hello, Techie Music. Thank you for joining the chat. And thank you to everybody. Michelle's Workshop. We got Dana. Does Stuff. We got a bunch of people I can't pronounce the names of because the text is too small and my eyes are too small. Pseudos. We have... Neo. We have tons of people. Jay is probably asleep by now, but that's okay. He gets a little tired after he eats the spaghetti. So this machine is now off. I'm going to plug in this monstrosity into here. Neo's like, I'm still alive. And I know you're there, Jay. I'm just hassling you. Just wrestling you. See, that's what happens. You yell at Jay and then he farts and then you can smell it. Even if you're 8 hours away, it travels fast. If we can harness this power and harness it into good, we could transfer things at the speed of light or speed of smell. But Steve feels earthquake. Yeah, let's not have one of those again. All right, so I got to plug in this power brick. Is there room? Is there room? Is there room? I could unplug the printer. Ow! I just stabbed myself. Alright, we got a light. Light went on this thingy. So the power adapter works. Superman himself would be obliterated. He is no match, for the smells have overwhelmed him. Alright, so we're going to use this cable. We're going to plug in this SCSI cable. Well, just show you what I'm doing. Into our computer here. Alright, and then we're going to plug it into this doohickey. I'm running out of space here. Oh boy. I'm going to put this way. Oh, come on. Hold on. Alright, that is very awkward, but run out of space. I feel like I'm using Bruce's workbench here. There's just no space. All right. Yep. All right. So we have that plugged in. Let's plug in this scanner into the front of this box here. Does this light up or anything? I mean, I'm assuming it should. Maybe it has to send a signal to it for that to do it. But we will see soon enough. Alright, let's get on with this. Get on with it! I hope it does too, because I'm eyeing it, and I thought if it explodes, it's going to be behind a screen, and no one's going to be able to see it. But it is rated for 19 watts, and this says it requires 18 watts. And so if a manufacturer cannot label their own power supplies, that gives me great confidence in using them. We expect great things from you. Alright, so... where's my mouse pad? I don't even need it. It's a trackball, but I like it. It soothes me. Yeah, what can we scan in here? We have a Mac Play registration card. That's perfect. That's very fitting. I don't know what the heck it was doing on my desk. I love the questions of this thing. I absolutely love the questions of... And this froze up, didn't it? You froze up there. Yeah. You don't like your SCSI peripheral, do you? That's okay. It probably doesn't like you either. If I turn it off, do you like it now? There's a fair bit of corrosion around the barrel socket for this thingy. That's not good. There is no termination. There is simply that. As everything falls around here, there's just that. That's all there is. Just that dealy. There's only one SCSI connector here. Now, Unless there, I don't even know if there's a way to set the ID on this. I don't see anything. Oh wait. Oh, it's set to 3. That's a problem. Well, I'm assuming it's 3. This is again the same dial that was on one of those hard drives that has 0 to 9. No idea. Let's set this to 4 instead of 3, because I know the SCSI2SD is set to 3. Oh, come on. Where's the screwdriver that I was using before? Doing the pokey poke. Beepity beep beep. Beepity whoopity. Try again with this. Okay, we're set at 4. Let's reboot this. Yeah, it must terminate internally. But I guess it does make sense that this does require a SCSI thing, because... There we go. Because this hand scanner without an interface is just a serial port, and that's way too slow. I mean, yeah, the Thunder scan, you could kind of do it that way. But I don't know if that... Maybe that was SCSI too. I don't know. Anyway. We're booting up here. I'm very curious if this thing will work, because like I said, I have 2 of these hand scan units, but I never saw the SCSI adapter. So when I met that guy today, I thought, you know what? When am I going to be here again? Let's see. For $20, I think that's a fair price for a gamble of, hey, this is some crazy crap. I don't know if it works. That's fun money right there. And I'm using the trackball, thinking it's the other one. Go away. We don't want to format you. All right. Applications. Smart scan. Let's see how smart you are. And fight the amazing Rando. All right. So, what we got here? About. We did that already. Let's set everything low, just because I have no idea if this is actually going to work. Try scanning us. Let me try a piece of paper first. So if I click scan, and then I assume I have to hold this button. There's no light. Could not complete the scan command because the scanner is not set up. Check the DPI switch and scanner cable. Okay. How do I... Oh, well, there's some switches here. Maybe that has something to do with it. I mean, there's a reflector. I'm assuming I push this button. You see what I'm doing here is this. I'm moving... Well, you can't... Well, let me adjust the tripod here. Going down the other way. Alright, so I'm moving this like this. You still can't see. The hands don't scan. Alright, so if I move it like this, doesn't do anything, but if I hold down the button, it wouldn't surprise me if the bulb in it burnt out or something. Select scan area. What the heck? Next. That didn't get anything. Available memory, 3 megabytes. Could not complete scan command because they're in... Yeah, alright, well. Let's try again. There is only one port here, Dana. So we have a DB25 cable, then we have the 50-pin cable. That is all there is. There is not 2. It's not like a CD-ROM drive or a hard drive. Very strange. It must self-terminate. The only dip switch is on the left side. It's like this little thing there. So, very weird. Yeah, oh my. Oh my. Very weird. I'm tempted to try and find the other one I have of this. I just don't know where the heck I put it. And that would involve leaving all you fine people alone to fend for yourself for a while. And that's not something I'm willing to do at this moment. Also, this big chunk of wood here is not helping me out. Let me get this out of the way. Okay. We're not doing any soldering, hopefully, in this stream, so that gives us some more room here. Actually, this has a red light on there. Let's see. If we press this button, no, that light don't do anything. Let me see. Oh, that actually looks like it's pretty roughed up. Like there's like a bunch of gunk on there. I don't know if that's if those pins are actually making any connection with anything, because they all look dark and dull. I mean, I don't know, what the heck do I know, but I feel like I'm doing a telegram here. Steve has lost his mind. Send help! Send reinforcements! And this thing could just have plenty of caps in it. Ooh, let's open it up. Let's open it up. Again, using the wrong mouse for the wrong system. See, I cursed myself. I said, "No, we won't be doing any soldering today. That's not what we've been doing today." And then we're gonna probably open this up. Really? So under the sticky feet, you got more stickiness, and that's where the screws are hiding. The screws are under the sticky feet. All right. Let's get a screwdriver here. Of course, the one screwdriver. We'll do it live. Really? Where's all the bits? Jeez. Oh my. Oh my. Yeah, I have 3 different tri-wing adapters, but I don't have a Phillips screwdriver. Oh, Steven. You got some work to do, pal. I just bought a new tool set, but it's upstairs. That requires me to go up the stairs. I'm gonna do it. I'll be right back. Let's put on the Be Right Back music, and you could groove to that for a while. Okay. We are back, and I actually found the other hand scanner I had, which is considerably smaller. Now, how about that? So this is the one I just picked up. This is the tinier one. Both by the same company. Yeah, this smaller one is model 00144-902. This is 00212002. They are both called the Complete Hand Scanner 400, but this says half page, and this is obviously smaller. So, alright, Jay, see you later. The pins on this also look dirty, so who the heck knows. But then the box fell that I was looking at. How about that? How about that? Let me just take this thing apart, because who's curious about what's inside? You guys curious about what's inside? I mean, I am. I hope you guys are. Get to the max again. This is boring. Quiet. We're in here for the long run, don't you see? We're gonna hear bad actions until 4 a.m. They start off good, but then they get scary. YouTube's gonna have one look at this video and go, "Yeah, we're not gonna monetize you anymore. You're a bit scary." Eep. It's an eep kind of night, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it though? I mean, it's Saturday. You gotta eat for Saturday. Usually I reserve the eeping for the super chats and such, but it's a Saturday. Well, it's Sunday, actually. It's a Sunday. Oops. That foot fell on the floor. Now it has rabbit fuzz all over it. Every night is an eep kind of night when you're watching Mac84. A bit scary. You can't see what I'm opening. All right. So how does this thing? Oh, just. Would you look at that? It just opens. Oh, this stupid bolt thing. Are you serious? That's gonna keep us from looking. There's a lot of chips in here. A lot of dust. Ew. I don't see any bad caps. We're gonna have to remove this big sticky pile of crud. It's a security thing, which is kind of ridiculous, but I guess back in the day this cost monies. And it actually doesn't look like it's actually attached to this part at all, but where's my PCI card thing? Like I'm asking you guys, like you guys know. There it is. I think I could just wedge this gently between here. There we go. Oops. Alright, that's the board. Oh, that's a big cap. Ooh, we got 3 caps. 4, 5. Yeah, look at all these capacitors we got here. That's dusty. Got a lot of chips here. Jeez. I mean, yeah, that's a lot going on. That's a lot going on. So we are tinkering with these hand scanner thingies that you roll on a document to scan. This is like some straight up Foon territory right here. So many thingies. Yeah, I mean, everything looks okay, but I don't freaking know. I don't see any leakage around the capacitors or anything like that, so I'm assuming this is good. We do have a a little sticker that says GEM89. So GEM 1989. Yeah, we look. It looks like there are little things here to self-terminate up by the SCSI port here. So that's good. Yeah, I guess I'll put this back in the case. But let me get this hideous. This is that security thing. I was there. 7.5 EEPs of compressed air. Let's hope this doesn't break the plastic. I should really just use a hairdryer. Yeah, this is gonna rip that plastic right off, because this is this is not how it was intended to be removed. So we're just gonna slide that PCI card cover there and just sort of wedge that around. Hopefully ow, that's hurting. Ow. Metal sharp. Metal sharp. Fire bad. Let's get turned into a Ruck Mods episode real fast. See, I know what's going to happen. I just keep doing it anyway. Isn't that the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. That's the tagline of this channel, I think. Watch Steve try and fix the Quadra 840 AV. That has not worked for ages, and is probably dead as a doornail. Oh, come on. Yay! That was a scary snap. We got this stupid monstrosity off. You go in the trash. It actually bounced off the trash can. I think it's sentient now. Alright, let's put this thingy back together. Looks much better without that big dongle thingy hanging off of it. Just mixing up, just using words now. What are you doing? I don't know, Dana. What are you doing in my swamp? Alright, so let's see. I mean, this could very well just not be System 7 compatible. Very well could be. Seeing that. Alright, so let's put this aside. And, oh boy. No worries, man. Take care, Dana. Yeah, I'm not going to go for too much longer. I'm just going to test this. If it doesn't work, we'll try it again tomorrow. But, or another day, you know. Why not? I'm gonna try with the smaller one, because maybe the bigger one is broken. Who knows? Dangly parts. Well, I'm not ending just yet. We may have to do a System 6 install. I mean, I don't know how many of you actually want to stick around. We got 20 of you still here. Just seeing if this does anything without initiating anything on the computer. Any lights or anything like that. I don't see anything. Alright, let's see here. Let's just set everything low. Go to scan. Cannot complete the scan command because the scanner is not set up. Check the DPI switch and the scanner cable. So where's this DPI switch? Scan control panel. That's this. Scan resolution. Preferences? No. Eraser. Scan. Rescan. Yeah, I mean, so on these scanners, there's a 2, a 3, and a 4. I have no idea what those correspond to. Oh, wait. Let's I mean, it's not a hard drive, but I wonder if we'll be able to find out the SCSI ID of this, because that would help us determine if it's actually being detected, because it is a SCSI device, and SCSI can be, well, SCSI. So here's my SCSI helper folder. We're gonna actually copy that there, so I don't have to do a search every time. It's just gonna be there. And I have to remake that SCSI helper disk because I actually stepped on it and it broke. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. I apologize. Oh, well, that's cool. Alright, let's not do that then. Let's try this one. I thought you could see what I was doing the entire time. My apologies. Okay, so this is actually, look at that. It's actually recognized as CPC Incorporated Smart Scan, set to ID number 4. Okay, so it actually is detected. So why no you worky? Scan. Wait, did it do something? Did it actually? Did it hit stop first? I think it did something. What happened? What did... Hold on, let's try this again. So the switch on... I'll just try each section. So the switch on here is set to 2. And this is not the one that came with it, but it might work. I don't know. We're just going to try it out here. Alright, so I'm going to say scan, and then I'm going to hold the... Ooh, look at that! It works! Look at that! Oh, that's amazing! Because this lit up red, and I'm like, ooh, you can't see it because the camera doesn't pick up that light. But oh my goodness, we got it working. That is pretty damn neat. All right, let's try and do this correctly here. So let's stop the scan. Let's do rescan. Does that want to work? Maybe. I think we're running out of memory or something. Oh, that's cool. This is pretty neat. Look at now you can see the red. Isn't that cool? Oh, that is neat. That is neat. Oh, I'm having fun. Oh, we had to hit the stop scan because we're running out of memory. All right, so this works on System 7.5, so this should work on my Power Mac, I hope. Now do us. Yeah, well, hold on. Let's one step at a time. We will get there. Maybe. I don't want to roll this on my LCD. We'll see. All right, let's quit this for a second. I'm going to say no. I want to switch out these. Now that we got one working, Yes, you missed all the bad impressions and the craziness before. Now that we got one of these working, I'm curious if this one works. So I don't get any lights or anything, but let's see if I open that software again. That's weird because I didn't do anything other than take it apart and blow on it because it was dusty. That's the only thing we did, and it started working? Well, I did move the switch. I'm going to set this switch to 2 because that's what the other one was set to. Maybe it needs to be there? I don't know. No, that didn't like that. Alright, let's try switch 1, just for the heck of it. Let's try switch 4. Switch 3. Well, I think it's angry. It's angry! Yeah. Alright, let's try switch yeah, this one is not lighting up. I mean, it could be that this is just broken. I don't know. Let me close. Let me quit this and try again. It just seems this is a little finicky. That's all. I should probably just make an alias on the desktop, Steven. Oh, that'd be a great idea. Oh, that makes perfect sense. Thank you. So the half-page one is not lighting up, but let's. All right, so let me set this. Let's try all the switch settings here. Let's try setting it at 4, and I'm gonna click scan and push the button. And nothing happening. Yeah, check the DPI switch. Alright, let's try 3. Not lighting up. Alright, let's try 2. It could also be that this needs different software. I don't know. And well, see, that's what I thought too, but I mean, how would you have multiple? I don't know if you would have multiples of these. I think the switch has to do with like maybe the resolution. I really don't. I mean, this is just a guess. If anybody could find a manual for one of these things, that'd be cool. Yeah, there's not enough memory. Yeah. Let's try 1. See, I don't know how to clear memory. I'm just quitting it and opening it up again. See, if there were multiple ports on this box, then I'd say yes, that switch probably does do that. But I mean, look, I'm just guessing. I'm not an expert on this. I think maybe there's something wrong with this one. I really don't know, because maybe I'm just hot plugging them and that's a very bad idea and it's probably breaking it. Who knows? Who knows? So I think, yeah, this switch is set. Oh, this one has different switches. Wait. Oh, there's a switch on this side. Hold on. Hold the phone. We have a switch on the right and the left. Hold the phone. Could it be that simple? Could it be that simple? Let's quit this. Well, it has 17 megabytes of memory. That should not be a problem. That's pretty beefy for this machine. Yeah, the switches are... There's nothing really good to look at. I'm going to transition real quick. There are... Oh, there go my tools. There's a little brightness or contrast knob here. There's a 1, 2, 3, 4 switch here. And on this side, there's a 2, 3, 4 switch. That's all there is. But I didn't notice that. So, let's try that. No. Oh, wait. I see a little red light. Oh, hey! Look at that! It kind of worked on switch 3. All right, let's stop this here. Rescan. Yeah, all right. So I think it likes switch 3. I think. All right, let's keep it at switch 3. Let me click rescan again. No, maybe it doesn't. Let me try 2. Very finicky. Very finicky. I'm going to set both sides to 2. See if that makes any difference here. But there's a little red light here that was lighting up before. I mean, that could be. We could try that. So both of them are set to 2. I'm getting the red light. Oh, there we go. All right. So that seems to work. Let's try this reliably again. So the switch on the right is set to 2 and the switch on the left is set to 2. So let's set them both to 200 DPI. Let's say scan. I'm going to hold the button down. Alright, so... Oh, yep, stop. It's just like eating through all the memory. Oh, boy. Let's do a new scan. Let's see, something interesting I could scan in. I didn't expect we'd get this far, guys. It's exciting. Let me see how long this cable is. Oh boy, well, I do have this Maxis support document here. So I can't just push the button. I have to go click on scan. Not enough memory. Okay. Quit. So let me see if I can position the camera a little bit here, just so you can see it, get a little better sense of what I'm doing here. It's a little bit taking away from the screen, but let's see. Let's open this up. Alright, so 200 and 200. We have, let me move the tripod here so you could see what I'm doing. So I have this hand scanner here, and here's the document. And so I'm going to put my hand on it, and I'm going to push the button. Well, I have to click on scan first. Then I'm going to push this button, and drag it and see if that did anything. No, maybe I have to do a new scan. Well, like sometimes maybe I may have to wait for a light to come on this thing. Maybe I'm pushing it too soon. Okay. So let's say stop scan. Next. Oh, okay. And then it lets you do it another part. Alright. Oh, so then they click scan again. Wait for the screen to... No. Yeah, see, I think the screen on the right turns blue. And then you're ready to scan. So... how do you save it, though? What am I missing here? Let me see if I can figure this out. Sorry, guys. I have no idea what I'm doing. But we got both of them to work, so that's interesting. So I'm going to wait for that to turn blue. Yeah, and then you push the button and you scan. Alright, so I press stop scan. So we have our image here, which isn't too bad. Convert, rescan, next, fat bits. Oh my. Let's see. Oh, save as. My scan. Oh, there's already files there. I wonder if we can open them. Yes, we can. Let's see what these files are, guys. One. I could not open one. Not enough memory. Alright, let's quit it. Open it up again. This is actually running on a Macintosh 2SI. I thought I needed something older, but I'm gonna I could plug this into my Mac clone, I guess, because that has much more memory. Oh wow, look at that. Look at that. Looks like a tarot card or something. I mean, if you have the patience. That's pretty neat. So that's the files that were saved on here. Cool. That is amazing that that actually worked. Let me see how big that application is. Just curious. A megabyte. All right, so this will all fit on a disk. That's cool, man. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shut this computer down. And we'll wake up our clone here. There we go. And what I want to do is, just before we end the stream today, because I didn't want to go on too long here. It's very late here. We're going to go on for a few more minutes, 10, 15 minutes or so. But what I want to do is I want to try this on the Power Mac, because maybe it'll work and maybe you won't run into so many memory issues. So I have to shut down this machine, because you plug in SCSI stuff, you gotta shut it down. I gotta plug this mouse into here. Alright, and let me get this Macintosh 2SI out of the way. Which is a very nice machine, but I do not need it on the desk right now. give us some more space. Oh, no, don't catch on that, please. All right. All right. All right, so we have this plugged in. Nope. Wrong SCSI cable. Let's turn on that clone. And it doesn't do a startup chime. Well, you heard it, actually. Oh, no, I didn't, because I muted the Mac audio. The audio goes through this whole scaler setup thing, so. Do it! Break out the iBook. Let's see it, man! Let's see if there's anything, I'm gonna try and scan other things, don't worry. I'm just sick of running out of memory and quitting the app and stuff. So, oh, and it froze up. It don't like it. It don't like it. That's probably due to this selector here. Let's change that. This machine did not like the other hard drive I was messing with either, which was annoying. It kept freezing up, and if that's going to be the case, we'll continue this another day, but... See, I'm moving the cursor. Let's hope it doesn't freeze. Don't freeze, don't freeze, don't... Nope. It froze. It just does not like some of these SCSI adapters. It was doing this with the hard drive earlier. I'm just going to keep switching the SCSI ID switch. Sorry you keep hearing the bong. Hopefully it's not too loud. Hopefully. I was too loud. Sorry, I peaked my volume meter there. This shouldn't need recapping. All the caps look like they were okay. But it only happens with this SCSI device. Everything else it has not had a problem with. It could be a number of things. The Emacs are known for some capacitor issues, so wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. That's annoying. Oh boy. Oh wait, looks like this might work. Yep, there we go. All right. I mean, this was an unexpected fun thing. I take it back that, you know, this is what, 20 bucks I paid for this. That's fine. I mean, I wasn't, from the beginning, I wasn't annoyed at the price of this. That this was a good deal. I mean, who doesn't want to scan in 1-bit black and white color? Colors. Yeah, that's the Emacs were known for that. Unfortunately, there was actually a recall. You could bring it to the Apple Store and all that stuff. That was years ago, obviously, when they were new. I got a lot of extensions here. I don't think it's gonna like me installing the extension for this scanner. Oh boy, excuse me. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, the Game Boy camera is neat. I actually made a video and a blog post on a different channel and a different name ages ago of how to transfer your Game Boy camera pictures from the Game Boy to a Mega Memory Card, then from a Mega Memory Card to a GB64 USB cartridge, and then from there to a Windows program to then extract the images as BMP files. It's very convoluted, but it did work. Oh, who wants to see some cool icons? I do. So, Chris was a very, very kind individual who has unfortunately since passed on. He was a friend of my dad's. I have very fond memories of going to my dad's office, and Chris was like a big kid at heart, and he always shared icons from whatever he would find online and stuff like that. And somehow we ended up with this stuff on an old Macintosh 7500, and he had some Star Trek icons, and he didn't create these, he downloaded them from somewhere. But aren't these the neatest thing? I mean, this is stuff that you just don't find anymore. So this is all like Star Trek stuff. There's other icons here. Colossal Icons 1. We have some miscellaneous icons here. Pretty neat. We have some cartoon icons here. So we have some Disney guys. Winnie the Pooh. Roger Rabbit. All these icons. They're really cool. And what's neat is, I just figured this out while I was reading this. So this is the guy, David Schutz, I guess this is the name, who created these graphics for these icons. And he gave a tip that if you turn on Balloon Help, look what happens. Oh, not that one. Has to be one of these ones. Oh, really? There you go. So if you turn on Balloon Help and then you hover over them, they actually built in some little Easter eggs here. So yeah, I agree with that. That's the best part of the Classic Mac, is a little whimsy, little cool things here. And so you use Balloon Help and you put in these little customized little things there. So I think that's a really cool touch. You wouldn't know it unless you read the README here. So Dave says sometimes the best thing on the TV dial is off. Some Hanna-Barbera stuff there. Look out for that Ranger Yogi. Smarter than the average bear. Very cool stuff here. I'm not bad, I'm just drawn that way. Don't be such a sourpuss. I can't do his voice. Anyway. These are pretty cool. Ren and Stimpy. I mean, just like, look at the limitations you had here with the colors and the space there. That's just very cool. I'm going to turn off Balloon Help now. Otherwise, we'll be here forever. Whoopsie. What'd I do? I pushed something. I'll be sharing those on the Internet Archive. There are probably copies of the of the Macintosh Garden. I'll put it on the Internet Archive too. Probably copies of it elsewhere, but who knows in this day and age. So this is that hard drive that we imaged on the other computer. I had an image of it here, and here we have that hand scanner software extension. I have a lot of pictures on this. Oopsie. Hopefully this still works. We didn't reboot or anything. I'm just opening up the application to see if it actually opens in 7.6. Yeah, it looks like it's hanging. There we go. Alright. So let's quit this. Let's just reboot real quick now that we have this extension in our extensions folder in the system folder here. And maybe we can scan without getting some of these memory errors. How about that? Bong! I should have been charging my phone this entire time. 7.5.1. Apparently 7.6 was supposed to be pronounced 7.5.1. That's funny. Alright, to all 18 of you hanging out here, thank you very much for still hanging around. I know this is not the most exciting stream, and I'm a bit loopy. It's very early in the morning. But let's wrap this up on a high note. We're going to try and hopefully see if this thing will work on a PowerPC. And then after that, I will be archiving these and putting them on the Internet Archive. I keep saying the Internet Archive. I could put that there too. I really mean to say the Macintosh Garden. I'm tired. That's all there is. That's all there is to it. I wonder if that extension actually shows up here. Maybe. Maybe not. That's a good question. Usually the base installs are pretty quick. I guess it depends on the machine. I would assume 7.6 is probably a little quicker, but I haven't really done a direct comparison in a very long time, if ever. Alright, we have over 200 megabytes of memory on this thing, so should be okay. Oh, you should install Unreal Tournament or Nanosaur or Bugdom. Those are some great games. A lot of fun stuff you could do with that. Let's see if this works at all. I'm gonna hit scan. I'm gonna wait for that screen to turn blue. Maybe? It seems to be running this older software and very finicky, like it takes forever to open up. It's not as responsive as it was on the 2SI. There's not enough. Yeah, something is screwy here because we have plenty of memory. We have 212 megabytes of memory, so it might be some PowerPC sorcery here that it does not like. Preferred size. Let's do 32. I mean, that's tons of memory for it. It might even break it. I don't know. Yeah, it is probably that is in the chat they said it's probably not 32-bit clean, and so it chokes on more than 16 megabytes of RAM, which probably is what's going on, to be honest. Look at the available memory now. Yeah, I think it's just hanging. Oh! Okay, we got to that point. Oh, you know what? Maybe this was set to 3. Oh, let's try it again. No? Yeah, I've never had too much luck with older hardware on like 68K hardware with 68K software on stuff like newer PowerPCs. It very well could be the case. I'm just I'm just curious. I do have a Quadra 800 that does work. That would be probably a good machine. Yeah. Let's try this. That's interesting. The interface box is blinking lights. Before they were solid. Yeah, it's very likely a hardware handshake or something with that extension that it just does not like. But I'm proud that we got something to work today. We actually got it to work, which is nice. Because I did not expect that to work at all. I do have some other stuff I want to show you. I just don't have time to do it tonight because I'm getting very tired and very silly and sleepy, as you could probably tell. Yeah, I'm just messing around with these switches, which don't seem to be doing much of anything. Yeah. Nope. I should get an M-SATA adapter, an SSD. Yeah, that would be cool. That would be really cool. Sorry, just reading the chat here. I didn't mean to ignore you guys. Yeah, I think this is probably best preferred for an original setup in a. This would probably fly on System 6 or System 7, to be honest with you, and take up less memory. But maybe that'll be something that I'll do on the 2SI, because I think that's an appropriate machine for it. But I think that's a good idea. Let me. I'm just curious, what version of the Mac OS, the earliest version, that Quadra 800 could run. Alright, 7.1. Okay, so I could do that. Oh, no worries, Bruce. We actually got some success with these silly hand scanners here. So I'm about to switch over to this one here. Thank you very much for the super chat. Now I gotta find the microphone so I can eep you.
Hold, please.
Eep! There you go. Thank you very kindly, Bruce, for the super chat. It's greatly appreciated. You just caught me in time because we're sort of wrapping up here. We're going for about 2 hours of zaniness here. And yes, if I fix the SC30, this will be great to try on that. But essentially, what we have done is transition to the transition. What we have done is we discovered that these hand scanners need this SCSI breakout box to work, which is good because I picked up the SCSI box today and this scanner today. I already had this one in my collection, which is useless without this box because this box does all the fanciness here. Bruce, they are hilarious, especially when they don't work. But we actually got some images. It was just text. In fact, yeah, there we go. In fact, it was. I was pretty surprised at the quality of it. It was pretty decent. I have no idea what these switches do. I'm going to try and find a manual to it. Unfortunately, these things just have the most generic name, the Complete Half-Page Scanner, by the company, the Complete PC. So when you Google search for it, it's just you get rubbish, nothing related to anything. So I am going to archive the software, which was on one of those hard drives. So that was perfect happenstance that I actually purchased the hard drive and it had the software on there, which I couldn't find anywhere else. So I'm going to archive that. Actually, you're going to watch me archive it now because this is what I do here. We're going to find that software that I had here that was on this drive. I'm going to make a new folder called the Complete... Oh, it cut me off there. This will only take a minute. Let's just call this Hand Scanner 400. How about that? We're going to open that up. And we're going to copy this Smart Scan folder here. Now, actually, I'll open the image on this computer to show Bruce. He was probably snoozing. It's okay. I'm about to snooze too. But there's this TIFF image here. And I hope it opens in Photoshop. I hope it doesn't try to open in that Smart Scan software that is just It's opening in the Smart Scan software. That's why it's taking ages to open up. There it is. But see, that's not a bad image. These are probably of like playing cards or tarot cards or something like that. Let's open up the other one here. I mean, that's not a bad quality image. So, yeah, I think in the magazines that was the only reference I found to it, but I didn't find any software. So, yeah, I'll just make a new folder, examples, and put that in here. Unfortunately, the help doesn't seem to work. I launch it, and it does one of these things. Yeah, I don't know what the deal with that is. But if I go to the system folder, let's make a new folder. So this was on that 30 or 25 megabyte hard drive that I found. So we have the system extension, and here's the application. And let's do a little README. Why not? I am not currently streaming my computer screen. Thank you very much, Bruce. It wasn't anything too fancy, I assure you. I was just copying things to a folder. And if I didn't show you those images, I will show them to you. Sorry about that. Photoshop 5.5. Accelerated for the Power PC. That scuzzy hard drive is just going wild. No, not new. It's taking a while to open that image. It can't be that big. Unless it's just encoded in a weird way. Who knows? Compressed or something like that. Don't freeze up on me now. Come on. You got like 200 megs of RAM. Opening up a baby TIFF file is gonna choke you? What the hell, man? Ah, boy. I tempted fate. That's what happened. I got too cocky and made a oopsie. I don't think this is opening it. What the heck? And it's gonna freeze up. Come on. Just freeze up already so I can reboot the darn thing. Bong. Yeah, that's fun. Unplug this behemoth of a scuzzy device here. Well, we know the hand scanner works. And we know it's probably happier with System 6 than it is with System 7. Oopsie. No backups. Does the Internet Archive have your website? Oopsie. That's a big oopsie. That's a big oopsie. You don't have a time machine backup or anything? I always make a zip file, a zip compressed file of the folder I'm working on, and I name it original. And I put it in my documents folder somewhere, so then I know, alright, that's the original one. If I screw it up, at least I got that. I know that doesn't help you much now, but maybe in the future. Oh boy. Sorry about that, man. That is rough. We've all been there. The best you could do is learn from that mistake and don't let it happen again. Back up your stuffs. But sometimes, actually, you know what? And it sounds like a cliche thing, but it's true. Sometimes when you lose something and you have to redo it again, you actually do it better than you did in the first place. But yeah, so this thing was interesting. This Mac scanner interface, just use as generic names as possible to make finding this stuff afterwards impossible. Yeah, this is required for those hand scanners. Who would have thunk it? Especially because these scanners have a little serial port on them. I thought you could just plug that into your computer. No, that ain't gonna do it. That's an EEP. Yep. All right, so let's try and at least archive this thing here. All right, so we have the system extension, we have the software. Let's type a little note here. All right, so this is complete hand. What is this? What is this over? The complete hand scanner 400, and then this one is called the complete half page scanner 400. This software was found on damn house centipedes. Ugh. This software was found on a old Macintosh System 6 hard drive. Just writing a little note here so anybody who is not me that encounters this knows what the heck to do. This included a system extension to be placed in the system folder under the extensions folder. I just love the typing of this old Apple IIgs keyboard. Hello, Tom. No, these interface boxes were from this company called The Complete PC. They were not from Apple. They were also called 64 grayscale hand scanners. Well, I think they were color ones too. It does very much mimic the Apple design, so you're not wrong for thinking that it looks Apple-ish, because a lot of these companies tried to mimic it. Alright, so I'm just making a note here. I have tested the application and extension on a Macintosh 2SI running system 7.5.3 and was able to use the scanner, the hand scanning hardware, to successfully scan in an image. I've tested this software on the following hardware by the Complete PC company. I'll just put a date up here too, so they don't think I'm some crazy guy. Well, they'll see this date and they'll know I'm crazy. No one's ever going to read this. You can touch type. How did I learn? It's actually very counterintuitive. In typing class in middle school, I used to copy and paste and cheat on Mavis Beak and Teach's typing because I didn't want to do it because I was lazy. I think I just naturally just got quicker and quicker with it, but I could touch type pretty okay. It really depends on the keyboard, and this keyboard is just one of my all-time favorites. This is an Apple, what is this called? This is just an Apple desktop bus keyboard. I believe it first shipped with the Apple 2GS. I just love the feel of it. It's very compact. A joy to type on. It makes a very clicky noise. And yeah. Alright, so let's bring that back up. And let's see. The software is found on an old Macintosh System 6 hard drive. This included 2 pieces, a system extension and an application. The system extension name is... the application is named SmartKits. I ran into issues when trying the software on a Power Macintosh running System 7.6.1. This extension and application may prefer 68K max. It also likes to use a lot of memory. I think that's a good amount of notes. What do you think? I think what did this have a? Yeah, this is all right. So we'll say version 1.0 US and copyright. Oh, wrong one. Copyright 1989. And does this have anything? All right. Yeah. So how about that? I think that's a neat and tidy little thing. We got the extension, and we got the little folder, and so this is just called the Complete Hand Scanner. So I'm just going to say the Complete Hand Scanner. I mean, that's probably as good as we're going to get. I'm going to make a disk image of that folder. So this is just how I archive things here. So make a read-only disk image of that, put on the desktop. Pretty zippy. No worries, Neo. And so what we're doing here is we're just making a disk image that we will then put on the Internet Archive and Macintosh Garden. So I'm going to open up drop stuff here.
Not yet.
We're going to stuff that image file so it will not be corrupted and the resource fork won't go bye-bye once we upload it to the interwebs. And we're actually do that as a sit and a bin hex or whatever you want to call those thingies, the HQX. It's going to give us 2 files here. Usually the HQX one is a little bit more robust. And now the final piece is connected to a modern computer. We have a Mac Mini G4 running macOS 10 Tiger. I say modern in a vintage sense here. And we're going to connect to that over Ethernet. And we're going to open this from clone folder. And you can see I've been dumping things in here. And we're going to put in this stuff here. And while we're on a vintage system, I'm going to take screenshots of this, because if I'm going to upload something to one of these websites, I'm going to be thorough. And actually, before I do this, I will talk about the video output device in a moment. I just don't want to lose my train of thought here. It's very convoluted, I will warn you that. Ah, I lost it. Alright, so let's take some screenshots here. Boom. Boom. And I'm going to open the software. It's not going to be happy. And it'll probably take a little bit to open. But I just want to take a screenshot of the software window open. While that works, I'll explain the capture situation I have here. So, it's difficult to capture VGA video. It is more difficult to capture Macintosh VGA video because of the frequency of 67 Hertz that most Macs usually use. So, in order to make the signal actually cooperate, you have to do a few things. Let me just take a picture of this also. There we go. One of those things is converting that VGA signal to something that you could capture, like HDMI. Oh, you found... Where did you find that? Version 2 of the SmartScan app. Very cool. Where'd you find that? Maybe it's on Macintosh Garden. I just didn't know what the name of it was. So you have to convert your signal to something that an HDMI capture device will like. And for that, I use this scaler. This is a Atlona, A-T-L-O-N-A, professional scaler. The model number is AT-LINE-Pro 4. These things used to be stupid expensive. Now they're cheap because nobody uses them anymore. This has VGA inputs along with composite video and an HDMI out. So I run the Mac into here. This then goes to one of these cheapo $60 eBay HDMI capture boxes, goes into USB, and there you go. Oh, well, that sounds like an excellent website to visit, doesn't it? Doesn't it? VintageApple.org. Oopsie. Whoopsie. Might be the HTTP. Yep, there you go. Security failure! Security! Security! Alright, I'll look into that later. That's cool, though. Alright, so what I did was I just took some screenshots there. We're almost done here, folks. I know you've been in it for the long haul here. All 21 of you that remain. And the problem is, these pictures, while they show up on this computer, they are encoded in such a way that it does not like any of the old computers. Yes, please do that, Matt. That'll be awesome. No, if you have a scanner that supports Twain, I don't think you need any of this software. This software is just for these hand scanners, which are very convoluted and require a interface box and all this stuff. So I will basically show you what I have to do for these screenshots to make them look and actually work on Macintosh Garden. You basically open one in Photoshop on an old Mac, or a graphic converter, or whatever your graphics software package is. And then you just do a save as like a JPEG or something. So I'm just going to do JPEG, and I'm just going to say folder contents. That's going to be the name of that one. Sure, why not? And Photoshop is actually pretty zippy on this machine. So we're going to say about extension, because these picked files are compressed and saved in a certain way that most modern computers have no idea how to handle. So it's best just to get this over with. Alright, and this will be a scan control panel. And the last one here is about scan control. Alright. So I will put this in the same from clone folder that I have here. And let's make a new folder here. Ah! I hit the character limit! There we go. So that folder is now living on the Mac OS X Mac Mini hard drive. And is sitting around there. And it's working fine. So, well, CS1 will probably not. I think it has to do with the system itself. I think OS 9 is the last system to open those picture files. I could be wrong. That's just from what I'm recalling. But so we have those screenshots and everything. Everything is on the modern Macintosh there, and we can upload those to Macintosh Garden. But that's really all I had to show you guys today. I do have some other cool stuff that I'd like to show you, but I want to do that when I'm actually awake. So I hope I answered all your questions. I thank you, Matt, for finding that driver. Now that I actually know what this thing is called, Smart Scan, and maybe there's other versions of them out there. Maybe the one I have is also still archived somewhere. I don't know, but I archive it just for the heck of it, just in case somebody else can use it. Yeah, I guess that's about it. Any other questions? Anything you guys have been wondering during the stream? Anything like that? Like I said earlier, I do have a video on my Patreon that's going to be going live on Monday, so I'll be setting up a premiere for that, so that'll be fun. It's a little interesting video. Why do Steve suddenly sing? No, we're going to stop that. No singing. No singing. I'll leave that to Bruce. Bruce has much better vocals than I do. He does much better voices, too. But that's about it for tonight. So I thank you for stopping by. If you were on Bruce's stream before and you came over to mine, thank you. If you do follow me on YouTube and you want to subscribe, that'll be awesome. And if you are on social media, like to follow people on Twitter or Instagram, well, I have one of those too. It's Mac84TV. And my Patreon is patreon.com/Mac84. But I guess that's about it. So thank you guys. Have a good night. Have a good morning, afternoon, wherever it is, wherever you are. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep on playing with old computers and keep on being awesome. So take care, guys. I'm going to use the wrong mouse on the wrong desk to click the wrong button. There we go. All right. See you later, guys. Take care, and catch you later.